Pool, hole. Do you ever get those two words mixed up or do people misunderstand you? The difference is only a single vowel. All right, let's talk about it today in the accent journey. Great to have you with us again on the Accent Journey, the podcast for non-native speakers of American English who want to sound clearer, more confident, and more natural when they speak. I'm Steve Nelson, an American English accent coach with accentfirst.com. And today we're going to focus on two vowel sounds that many learners struggle to hear and produce correctly. Oo, as in food, blue, shoe, and as in foot, good, book. Today we'll learn how to hear the difference, how to produce the difference, and how to practice these sounds until they become automatic. All right, listen to these pairs. Luke, look. Pool, hole. Fool, full. Suit, soot. These words differ by only one sound, but that sound changes the meaning entirely. If you pronounce them incorrectly, listeners will often understand from context, but sometimes they won't. And even when they do understand, the pronunciation can sound noticeably accented. All right, let's start with the oo sound. Some examples are food, blue, school, crew, shoe. So repeat after me. Food, blue, school, shoe. Now let's talk about how it's made. So for oo, your tongue is high in your mouth. Your lips are strongly rounded, and the sound is relatively long. Listen. Food. The vowel stretches slightly. Food, blue, school. Now let's take a look at the sound. This sound is actually not very common in English. It only appears in maybe a couple dozen very common words, but those words are very common. Some examples are foot, good, book, push. So repeat after me. Foot, good, book, push, should. Do you notice something? The lips are still rounded. The tongue is a little bit lower. The lips are less tense. The vowel is shorter and more relaxed. Food, foot. Food, foot. Can you hear the difference? If we compare the physical differences, we can say that oo is longer, tenser, has stronger lip rounding, and the tongue is a little bit higher in the back, while the is shorter, more relaxed, and has less lip rounding. So you can think of oo as tense and round, while as relaxed and little less round. There's a post on accentfirst.com that explains both of these and shows an infograph on how to make them. All right, let's practice. Let's do some minimal pairs. Repeat after me. Food, foot. Luke, look. Pool, hole. Fool, full. Suit, soot. Go back and try those again, focusing on a long oo and a short Let's try a listening challenge. I'll say two words and identify which one contains the sound. Food, foot. The second one had the Look, Luke. The first one had the Full, fool. First one had the Let's try some sentences. The food was very good. The food was very good. I left my book at school. I left my book at school. She wore blue shoes. She wore blue shoes. You should look carefully. You should look carefully. The pool was full of people. The pool was full of people. Now a few contrast sentences. Listen and repeat after me. The food near the pool was excellent. The food near the pool was excellent. Luke took a look at the menu. Luke took a look at the menu. She wore blue shoes and carried a good book. She wore blue shoes and carried a good book. The fool pulled the door instead of pushing it. The fool pulled the door instead of pushing it. You should choose carefully. You should choose carefully. Now some dialogue practice. Repeat both sides. Dialogue 1. How was the food? The food was really good. Dialogue 2. Did you bring your book? Yes, I brought my book to school. Dialogue 3. What color are your shoes? They're blue. Dialogue 4. Should we leave now? Yes, we should. And now for this week's practice passage. First, I'll say it slowly, then a bit more naturally. Last weekend, Luke visited a small bookstore near his school. He bought a good book about travel and spent the afternoon reading by the pool. The weather was beautiful, the food was excellent, and he enjoyed a quiet day away from his busy schedule. Last weekend, Luke visited a small bookstore near his school. He bought a good book about travel and spent the afternoon reading by the pool. The weather was beautiful, the food was excellent, and he enjoyed a quiet day away from his busy schedule. The text for this passage will be available in the show notes of this episode or on our website at accentfirst.com/podcast. All right, let's talk about the key takeaways for this lesson. First, oo and are different vowel sounds. Second, oo is tense and long, while is relaxed and short. And third, small vowel differences can create completely different words. If you remember one thing, food is long, foot is short. For this week, practice 5 minimal pairs every day. Record yourself saying food, foot, Luke, look, and pool, pull. Listen carefully to native speakers and identify which vowel you hear. The goal is not just to pronounce the sounds, but to hear them automatically. Thanks for continuing the accent journey. This podcast is brought to you by Accent First Speech Communication Services and is hosted by me, Steve Nelson. Drop us a line at info@accentfirst.com. Our music is Hypnosis by Vandra D. And if you enjoy the show, make sure you're subscribed on your favorite podcast player. Don't forget to rate our podcast, leave a review, and also a comment letting us know what you think of the show. Until next time, keep listening, keep practicing, and keep training your ears as much as your mouth.